Welcome to Mrs. Ostrowski's online Excel lessons. In today's lesson, I'm going to teach you how to create a simple formula that will add cells in your spreadsheet. Let's begin by taking a look at this spreadsheet from a student council election. In this spreadsheet, 4 students, Martin, Stephanie, Beth, and Michael, were voted on for student council by 6th, 7th, and 8th grade students. What we'd like to determine is the total votes that each student received. Now, in order to do this, we could simply add the 3 numbers together to determine their total votes, but we want Excel to do the work for us. Therefore, we're going to create a formula in Excel. A formula in Excel is simply something that performs a math function. And just like a math equation that ends with an equal sign, a formula must begin with an equal sign. Instead of using numbers in a formula, it's a good idea to use cell addresses where the numbers live, so that if a number were to change, you don't have to change the formula, you simply change the number in the cell address. Let me show you an example. To add the cells for Martin Jones, we would need to add cells C4, D4, and E4. We begin again with an equal sign and type C4 plus D4 plus E4. When we press enter, we see that it gives us the sum of those numbers. When you go back to that cell, you notice that in the formula bar you still see the formula that you created, but in the actual cell you see the sum. Now, once you've created a formula, you might need to copy it to some adjacent cells. For example, we have the formula created for Martin Jones. We need that same formula for Stephanie Smith, only this time instead of adding cells C4, D4, and E4, we need to add cells C5, D5, and E5. We could retype that entire formula in cell F5, but there's an easier way to do it. Go back to cell F4 where you created the formula for Martin Jones. Notice the cell that is active has the black border around it, but it also has a small square in the bottom corner. That square is called a fill handle, and if you put your mouse over the fill handle, hold the mouse button in, and drag it to an adjacent cell, it will copy a formula for you into that adjacent cell. So now we look at cell F5. It copied the formula, changing the row numbers to 5 instead of 4. We could also use that fill button the entire way down the column to copy the formula for Beth and Michael as well. So you see that once you have created a formula in one cell, if you need the same formula in cells that are adjacent to it, you simply take the fill handle, hold in the mouse button, and drag it down to copy. Now, for your assignment, I'd like you to open Excel Lesson 3. In that lesson, you will create a simple formula to add the columns together, then use the fill handle to copy that formula into adjacent cells. Have fun and good luck!